The cave that you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek.
What's up to all my scrappers, junkers, haulers of all kinds? Gold Champ here. Gonna get a little bit of scrapping done and have another chat. Wanted to revisit that Joseph Campbell quote from a previous chat. The cave that you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. Another thing that I was afraid of was equipment. Obviously, I'm not afraid of the equipment itself, but the expense, the maintenance, and learning how to use something I've never even touched before. I've never even been within 10 feet of a skid steer, other than maybe at the scrapyard, someone driving past me. I was pretty terrified to go and spend tens of thousands of dollars on a skid steer. A mini skid steer, yes, but a skid steer nonetheless. Never used one before. Honestly, had no idea how they worked. And I avoided it in some big ways, man. I really did not think that I was going to be able to handle learning it, be able to handle the expense, maintenance, which is still a weak point of mine, by the way. I am not great at maintenance. I forget. I get busy. I miss things that I should be doing, but I am doing my best on it. But anyways, I was very scared to go and buy heavy equipment. Small stuff, no big deal. Sawzall, whatever, drills. You know, I know I'm going to buy those. I'm going to use lots of them. I'm going to wear them out. A skid steer, I mean, that's basically like buying a car as far as the expense goes. And the responsibilities that go along with it, they can be dangerous. But oh man, has that been one of the best decisions I've ever made. Hopefully I don't regret it down the road. I can't imagine that I will, as long as I don't do anything too stupid with it. But oh my God, the amount of time and effort that are saved using the whacker, my mini track loader, it's unbelievable. It was like hiring two people at once. And it was a tax write-off. Totally legit. So there are some huge benefits to it. But I was afraid I just flat out wouldn't be able to afford it. Thought, you know, I can get the same work done slower and harder, and I can save myself that money. Well, you do that and you grow and you grow and your business gets bigger. And eventually you hit a point where if you're on the up and up, you start getting hit with taxes. When you're not making that much, you don't really get hit with taxes too much. At least not in my situation. Got a pretty good sized family. 5 kids now, but when I started, we already had 3. And I wasn't making that much money, so we didn't really have a whole lot of tax burden to worry about. But the business kept growing. We made more and more and more, and eventually I hit a year where I really owed. Like, wow, that's crazy. Never really had that experience before. Okay. Then I owed more the next year. And then I learned about write-offs. And then I realized how important it was to understand that aspect of running a business. Well, then you fast forward another couple of years, and I think I understand the tax burden game, the write-off game, and then I really get hit hard. Talking nailed on taxes, painfully so. enough to make me want to cry. Pretty sure I actually did cry. And then I realized I got to spend money on the business. I am wearing my body down, getting the work done slower, and thus limiting my capacity on what I can do, all to cough it up in taxes at the end of the year. So I finally learned that lesson. After years of resisting it, simply because I was afraid. Afraid I wouldn't be able to pay the bill, and lo and behold, someone came along and took the money anyways. So, now, I still take my time on making decisions on what to buy next. We do our very best not to overspend or overextend, overexpose ourselves. But you better believe if we need something, we're going to buy it because we're going to wind up paying for it anyways. And this way, at least we've got the equipment that helps us get the job done. I can get sealed units loaded in a fifth, a sixth of the time. That's 5 or 6 times as many sealed units as I can move in the same amount of time as I used to do by hand with a dolly into my trailer. And then you count unloading and the drive, because I was using my lighter trailer that could only handle so much instead of the heavier dump trailer. Well, I can take what I used to take in, 3-4 loads with my box trailer, because again, it's got lighter axles, it can't handle as much. I can take it all in at once and push the button on the dump trailer and I'm done. Hours and hours and hours. And anyone who's followed this channel at all knows that I go through thousands of sealed units. So it's kind of a no-brainer. Once you get past the fear and really think about it clearly. So that's a fear I had to overcome. And it's funny, I tend to go from one side straight to the other. Move to extremes. I have to watch myself on that. 'Cause now I'm like, what other equipment can we get? I want full-size skid steer. I want a mini excavator. I want a full-size excavator. I want a roll-off truck, roll-off dumpsters. Forklifts. Although I need more of a paved lot if I'm going to do true blue forklifts. I don't think they would handle the hilly gravel lot very well. But you get the idea. But facing that fear has opened up the possibility of taking on more business, more customers, more work, getting more done faster and easier. And frankly, I never thought I was going to have employees, which was the topic of the last chat. And so it didn't really play in, but now that we're in the world of employing people, you can't expect them to work the way that I used to work. Kind of like a psycho. I would literally run sometimes just to keep up because there was just too much coming in. There was not enough hours in the day. I worked from literally sun up to sundown. And sometimes I would sprint, well, as fast as you can sprint with huge pieces of ductwork in your arms and things like that. But I would run across yards at jobs to load stuff. I would run back and forth here in my scrapyard to get stuff loaded or unloaded. It was insane. And now I can use these IBC totes, another piece of equipment, just a box really, but still. We can get one on a busy day, maybe 2 of those completely full of A-coils that I used to run in 1 or 2 at a time. Bam, bam, back and forth from the truck into the shop or to wherever I was storing them. I can move them all in about 30 seconds now. The time and the energy saved is just unbelievable. having equipment to do the job the right way. It's truly unbelievable. And then there are things that you didn't plan for. Like, now I am able to use the skid steer with the grapple to smash things that I used to actually dismantle and take apart, like certain A coils that I'm selling dirty now, which I know is a topic of dispute among some of you, but whatever. I've done the numbers. I got videos on that. Feel free to check it out. But I sell my A coils dirty now. I can literally take them out of their cases, crush them in a few seconds, when it used to take, 2, 3, 4, or 5 minutes to dismantle the whole thing, and then more time cutting it. I'm making more money faster and easier now doing it this way. So it's just all goes to illustrate why it is important to enter that cave. If you're afraid of it, use that as a sign, signaling that there's something there, something to be seen, something you need to see. And it's not the thing itself, it's the change that it's going to bring about that you're really afraid of. Now, of course, there's natural fears, like if there's a bear in that cave, hypothetically speaking, yeah, you don't want to get eaten. I'm not saying you should go play in traffic or do anything stupid like that. But if there's a change that you want to make, deep down you know you should make, but you're afraid to do it, I think a lot of times that fear comes from deep down knowing that the change is there, that it will work, or it could work, that you should do it, to at least find out. Because otherwise, you may spend the rest of your life wondering, what if? Which is a horrible feeling. I've been there. I still do it on some things. I think we've all been there. But you have to find out. You've only got one life, as far as we know. And what I tell people, which some people find odd, is that we've all got a get out of jail free card. No one here gets out alive. The worst thing that can happen is you can fail. You might mess things up pretty badly for yourself. Obviously, I'm hoping that you don't. I'm hoping that we all find the success we're looking for. But we're all going to die anyways. Why not try? You're here now. Try.